Hi everyone, Archana here. Today we are making these beautiful tea roses, and this time I have used little yellowish shade just to change from my regular pink color. So this is one of my favorite color, yellow. It's very happy color, and you can see my roses here, some rose birds. And I have posted this picture, this particular rose picture, on my Facebook page. I was very happy. I was reading your comments and everybody liked these roses, so why not making them today? So let's get started. So for this rose we will need 3 of the large size punch out and 3 of the medium size punch out. This is 3 inches and this is 2.5. So let's get started, and we will need one of the green punch out of this punch for our base, the bottom greenery. And let's get started. I have already punched out these petals, and I also made a hole in the center since we are using some center. That center is not going to show. This is just to make our flower middle little bit bulky, just like real flower looks. And if we use lot of petals to make the center bulky, it will not work, believe me. So we need some kind of this center. I have used aluminum foil, and I have covered this foil using this white floral tape. Sometimes, if we couldn't stick properly the center, that aluminum foil peeking through, so we don't want that happen. So I have used the white tape. If you don't have a white tape, then you can just use a regular copy paper, a little piece of copy paper, and you can stick it. Otherwise just keep it like that, but make sure you should close the first petal very close. And then we need these 3 petals. So for this rose, the middle 3 petals will be little bit darker, like a bright yellow color, and then other little bit lighter. So I'm using this mustard seed color, and we are just using for a center. And I'll just take 2 petals here, and this petal is the outside part, so I'm not using much color on this, but I'm using little more color on this petal. So just make sure you are covering almost whole petal. Lightly just dab it, and this one you just need to color it in the center like that. That's it. Okay, and use some water, so just spray it. And for the middle we don't need much like petal molding technique. We just need to get this petal. I will make sure it's soaked properly from both sides. And for the middle petal we just need to little bit curves on the edges. So just make sure you are just put it upside down, the color side on the bottom like that. So this will be our first petal, so it is going to be closed little bit, and make sure to drag it in little bit to make that cup shape, so that can grab this shape properly. And then I'm using my Fabri-Tac, and people are asking me if they can use tacky glue. Of course you can use tacky glue if your tacky glue is dries clear. So make sure take the glue which is dries clear, and I know tacky glue is available in this kind of clear liquid, so use whatever glue you are comfortable with. So for this first step, make sure you are covering this whole area from top to bottom all around, and then just we need to stick these petals alternate. Okay, so you can see my this center part is little bigger than the flower I am making. I mean this petal, so it will not going to cover properly. So I am glad I have used this white. You can see a big part of this white can peeking through, so it's okay. You just make sure you can just stick this well nicely, and if you want you can color that white part using your this color, leftover color, just color it like that. So this is your center. Okay, so this is our first part done, and now the second part, we take this petal, put it upside down, and again you need to just make these curves on the edges like that. Like that. Drag it in the middle little bit, and then again you have to use glue all around like that, and make sure you are sticking these petals alternate. Okay, so this one goes on top of this. Make sure you have used glue on your petal properly like that. So this one goes on that, this one goes on that, and this one you can tuck in the first one, and make sure you are sticking it properly. Don't squeeze it, don't mush it, because these petals needs to look fresh. And now you can just open a little bit like that. Okay, open each and every petal if you want. If you want one petal close, one petal open, that's up to you. So I prefer to open all of these. Like that. Okay, so this is your, most of the center part is done. Now the next petal we are going to make it little bit open. So what we are going to do, so get your petal, another petal, and punch out in the center. I forgot. So color your petal, and then so this time what we will need, take your petal and just make sure to hold this petal like that, and make sure you will just pinch it on the side, pinch it on the sides, either way, this side, that side, and sometimes you can pinch it in a center. Okay, like that. And then you need to use your ball tool and make a little bit cup shape on each petal in the center, and then put the petal upside down, and then just run this on the edges. Don't worry about that pinch. When you pinch on the petal first, there is some fiber breaking going on, so even though you can just drag this slightly, you can find that pinches later on, and then just run this on the center. Now, so your center pinch is here, I mean the pinch, side pinch is there, so you just need to roll this on the back like that, so that pinch will be automatically shown. like that. Just gently roll it on the back. Remember, we use this kind of technique to make our Victorian flower, but for all petals we just pinched on the center. So this flower we just pinch like on the sides or on the center. And now take your this center part. So this time you have to use the glue halfway to each petal. Okay, so don't go till the tips, like that. And make sure your this gap is like in between of these two petals, like you can see the fold, and your gap should be here, like that. And then try to stick it alternate again. Okay, so your flower should look like that right now. So for next petal, we already got our 3 petals here, so next petal will be the big one. We already colored on the center, so just wait it little more since it got dry. So take your petal, and we need to make couple of cuts on the sides on the petal or on the middle, and I already cut it here. So you know, some petals are like broken or has a slits on the edges on the real flowers, so we will do that part here. And then this part is going to be shown, so we will just make sure to do it upside down. Take your petal upside down and pinch it like that, just like we did it before, on the sides, in the middle, like that. Okay, and then we just need to run this tool on the edges just to get that fluffiness on the edges. You know, those roses has little bit fluffiness, they are not flat, so like that. And then run this tool on the center, like that. Okay, and then again do the same technique, just roll it out like this. You can see this part is little fluffy, that's what we wanted. Like that. Okay, so now we'll just take over this petal and we will just get this one, and we will stick as per our usual way. We need to glue halfway of these petals, and again just make sure this part, 2 petals middle part, goes on this 1 petal center, just like that, alternate. Okay, and then try to stick it like that. And it's okay if some petals are not sticking all the way through, that's fine, it looks natural. Our flower already looking pretty. And then I have already created couple more petals here, so we will just stick them And for the last one, you just need a glue on the center, that's it, just to make sure this petal stick properly. Don't use much glue since this last petal will be all the way open like that. Okay, and then we need this green part. Like that. And if you want that big bottom part like rose hip here, so you can use a bead and then use the green part, but right now I'm just using my wire here, the green wire, I mean the green tape. Like that. So this is our beautiful roses ready, and these leaves I'm going to show you next time how to make these leaves using our regular petal, just one petal. Okay, so you can see these two beautiful roses here, and this rose bird I have already shown how to make the rose bird, so please follow that tutorial. And this bouquet is ready. I hope you liked it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.